It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city joined forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
Hey, we back in here. Cats Talk Wednesday evening. Terry TV Brown, Vinny Hardy, PS3 Network, PS3TVLive.com. TB, man, how's everything going? How's your summer? See this.
It's going good, man. We got all-star games coming up in the WNBA and MLB, and that means we're on the downside of summer at this point. So, woo, this year's moving fast.
Absolutely. As a Braves fan, that'll be the highlight of our season since Atlanta is hosting the All-Star festivities. And outside of that, it's not been our year. But anyway.
Y'all ain't even got the creases out of your championship shirts yet. So calm down. Like, they still all look brand new. So y'all be all right. I seen a lot of that. Woe is us. And come on now.
Yeah, man. It's hard times out here this year.
I understand.
Look, we losing 10-1 to Oakland. They ain't even a major league team. They in a high school stadium. They don't even have a home. They like you. They don't have a home. You don't have a team. And we went out there and got dog walked by them. You know,
they play it in the Sandlot is what it is.
That's what. Unbelievable. So I don't know. I don't know if we just, we give it up this year or not. But when the A's is whooping up on you, hey, that's where we are right now. So
absolutely.
We got our guy Jared the Bossman coming to us. I think he is in Vegas because the summer league is about to kick off there. He's going to be coming to us from Nevada. However they say. I say Nevada. I think I said it incorrectly. But we'll talk some aprons and some free agency, and there wasn't much free agency, but all that with JR. Got a lot of cats about to play in the summer league, as always. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so all kind of stuff going on. Like you say, downside of summer. Sports Center is in Kentucky as we speak. The homie Michael Eves is at the Slugger Museum. He's at the Ali Center. They're counting down the top 10 things in Kentucky. It's been Kentucky all day. So, hey, gotta love that.
I like that, to put a spotlight all around the country, but kind of easy money to go to Louisville and Bat Factory and Ali Museum. That's two world famous items right off the jump before even getting to Churchill Down. So love seeing my hometown get a little bit of shine, man.
And who better to shine it up than Michael Eves,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Put the spotlight on the Commonwealth. A good spotlight, I should say.
Yeah, and it was, he's a pro's pro. He was going to different areas of the Slugger Museum. I was watching it, getting ready as it came on, and helping my youngest who had a splinter in his foot, as I was telling you about before we started. But there was a guy there. I think Tim is the one. He slicks the bats up, gets them real smooth. And Michael was talking with him because Michael got a custom UK bat, but Tim threw the L's up, and Mike just kind of chuckled and let Tim have his moment and just kept it moving. But because Tim had his card shirt on and threw the L's up and all that. But Michael was a pro, and he got a custom UK bat with his name on it, and it looked great. So
Oh, a custom Louisville Slugger, you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Hard to see, but
there it is.
That's a Terry C. Brown Louisville Slugger. So
yes,
yeah. That's good stuff right there.
Yes, it is.
For the audio folks, I've got a custom bat. For the audio only folks, I got a custom Louisville Slugger bat. Yes. And when you go through, you get a mini Louisville Slugger.
Yes.
So there you go.
Absolutely. Got Michelle in here. Hello, Miss Michelle. Yes, thoughts to you because you say you got knee replacement coming up in 4 weeks. A little
Oh yeah.
scared. Can't wait to get back golfing. I heard that's scary and it's a little tough, but once you get through that, you'll be walking all over that course if you want, or and hitting fairways and greens like you used to, Michelle.
But yeah, we gonna get you back on the course.
Mm-hmm. So I hope all
But
that goes well in 4 weeks. For sure.
oh yeah, do we got time before JR comes on?
Yeah, I just sent him the link. So,
Okay,
yeah.
because I gotta talk about the hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut was back, and it was fantastic. He did not get a record, but he got 70 dogs in 10 minutes, which is an insane amount of food. But second place had like 50 dogs. Like,
Still no competition.
I'd be mad as all get out. 50 hot dogs in 10 minutes, and you still 20 dogs behind. Like, it's ridiculous. And my man George Shea was on his game. That is the carnival barker kind of guy that kind of willed this into being a thing, right? Like, he's a marketing guy by trade, but he willed the hot dog contest to be a thing. And so I love his introductions. I know everybody, you got Michael Buffer, you got Bruce Buffer, you got everything, but hey, George is fantastic, man. The Houdini of cuisine. The 4 horsemen of the esophagus. Like, that's just fantastic stuff, man.
Move over, Chris Berman.
Hey, I'm cracking up because he gives you it's 10 minutes for the actual competition, but you get 12 minutes of George's introductions.
Gotta stretch it out. They got programming to fill.
And he's got to list off all the foods that the competitors, their records, and he's got to come up with these over the top phrases and things of that nature. It's fantastic. I love it. Is it gross? Absolutely. They zoomed in a lot on the faces, which is not great. But for a while there, Joey Chestnut was at a just below 10 dog per minute rate.
Goodness gracious.
And the funny thing is, that's my thing. I love the hot dog eating contest. So we go to my brother-in-law's house for 4th of July. As soon as we get there, hey, Terry, did you watch the contest? Yes, I did. Can you break it down for me? Yes, I can. Absolutely. It's my thing. It's ridiculous. It is gross, but I want to see it in person one day. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah,
is to be but not too close.
Hey, I tuned in for a couple minutes and then I checked on out and moved on to something else.
Oh yeah, my wife was like, "This is the grossest thing." I said, "It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad because it's just yeah." But I love it.
Couple more comments from Sheldon. We got our homie JR in the break room. Let's see. Vinny, do your boys drive yet? I remember when they were babies, the little ones. My oldest is driving. I got one with a permit. I'm a little bit behind you, TB. So you've been through this little phase before me. But Micah, my oldest, is with the permit. So that's weird. Watching him drive you home. And then it just I'm sure it was saying what you made me wonder what my pops was thinking when I was over there driving, because I'm like, man, I wonder what Dad was thinking when I was over there, because just the whole full circle thing, and
Hey, driving was not fun for me. Let me go ahead and break this out. My father, for those that don't know, was a police officer, and he was in charge of training. So I did a lot of training on the actual road course police officers use, and it was not fun. Like, I would have had anybody else in the world teach me how to drive outside of my dad. It was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
That was a wrap. That was a wrap because I'm just had to keep it at 10 and 2. Oh man, that was a wrap.
And happy anniversary in advance, Michelle. 40th anniversary on Sunday. So congrats to both of y'all. And we will now get to our guy, friend of the show, family of the show. Been on more times than we can count, because we lost count, because it's but he hosts his own show, the Bossman Show. He is on the Biz3 Network, just like we are. He's over there on the Believe Network, like I am. He's a 2-time HBCU grad. He's a commentator. He's a creative. He's a host, entrepreneur, reporter, a writer. I think that's got it all. This bio is full. We're about to use all our time just reading this intro. He's coming to us from Vegas, covering the Summer League that's about to happen. We just finished NBA, now Summer League. JR the boss man. What's going on, sir?
Vinny, TB, the propaganda's real. I don't know what's going on. We're celebrating bench players, people don't play, and injured players coming to teams now. That's what we're doing. It's they're gonna be good. Is that what we're doing right now? Propaganda's real, brother.
Man, what? Just you there for the Summer League, right?
Yep, I'm here because I'm getting paid to be here. Yeah. Usually I would still be on my vacation, but it's a time and a half to be here.
I was wondering. I had to start right there to get your thoughts.
Time and a half, buddy.
On the Summer League, because they was it Timeless Hoops on Twitter was going back and showing KD in his first Summer League. I wasn't watching. I don't know when it became as big as it is. I watched a lot of Reed Shepherd last year because he owned the Rockets. He was from Kentucky. But when did it become kind of this whole thing like it is? And clearly it's interrupt your vacation, as you've already stated. But when did it kind of start to kind of grow like this?
I would say about 10 years ago, it became like the NBA's vacation spot in the summertime where everybody meets and networks and people politic for their future jobs and, do that kind of stuff, have symposiums. So everybody leaves on to be here. So this is the way you can sell your outside product, your meet people, sell yourself, do like radio roles. They had radio roll out here too. I did the Super Bowl, gamble at the casino that we staying at this hotel we staying at here. I mean, for me, I wasn't getting paid time and a half, Benny, I wouldn't be here. I'll just be keeping a buck. Okay. This is my vacation time. I gotta deal with you go to bars every damn day. That's where it's out.
Exactly. I figured, man, because it's kind of like the Final Four is for other college coaches. They come and the guys that aren't in the Final Four, they talking, they networking, they maybe trying to get another job or trying to use leverage. So this is kind of the NBA's version of what the Final Four is for college guys.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like they politicking for jobs for next year. I want to get hooked on with you because I'm cool with you, that kind of thing. And I'm like, for me, I'm not trying to do none of that stuff because I ain't trying. I'm good for right now. I got 3 years up on my contract, so I'm good for right now. But like, it's like that whole everybody sees everybody thing, and you see people in the hotel tucked off talking to each other. Okay. I peeped that. I see what you up to. Now, then I might see next year you with this person on a staff because you done politic at the last Summer League. So this is the time you can politic and get away with it.
Is JR the boss man gonna break any news from Vegas?
Yeah, this is a waste of time. It's a waste of time because I don't care about who's gonna be in Europe or the G League or China. I don't care about these dudes on the court. I don't care. What I cared about happened after the finals, the draft, and the transactions. These dudes are I don't care about a two-way dude who might not even see the floor next year. I know our corporate partners here, our television partners don't like me to say that kind of stuff, but you're trying to feel content in the summertime when there's baseball going on. And you find a way for everybody to convene in Vegas.
Never want to mince words, TB.
I know. He keeps it realer than real.
So I'm out here to make money to pay for Vinny and TB going to my next island in August.
You gotta hopscotch around. You gotta alternate vacation, then work, then back to vacation. So it kind of mess up your summer flow.
TB and Vinny, can you believe this? I go back to work September 29th. That's not that far away.
No. And you know what the old timers used to say, the older you get, the faster it goes. And I thought they were lying, but they were telling the truth.
Media day, September 29th at 10 a.m. I have to go deal with somebody. and hear propaganda I don't believe. I know to be false.
So you got Porzingis coming down there to join him, and who all else? What's the current
Nikhil
roster?
Alexander Walker, as Charles Barkley called him, nickel. And then we got Luke Kennard, who wasn't in the Grizzlies rotation in the playoffs. I'm just saying. Timberwolves' eighth dude. No. Then Porzingis, he has a mystery virus or whatever he had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is what we hype about? This is what we saying is going to be a top 4 team in the East? Is what we doing?
Well, Halliburton's hurt and Tatum's hurt, so there's room for y'all to jump in there. See,
there's room for
the East is wide open.
The 7th seed, yes. Vinny, there's a date circle in April, Vinny and TB. It's a date I have circle, sir.
The East is wide open, JR. The East is wide open now.
Yeah, until it's not. I have one question, Vinny and TB. If a certain R&B singer is off the court, how does this team score? I'm just saying.
Well, you know
not effectively. I mean,
I'm just saying. You're talking about the propagandists out here saying top 4 seed. Interesting. So when he's off the court, how do you score? That's my question. Well, you got defense. Okay, ain't basketball about scoring the basketball and scoring more points to you? So once again, it's the NBA. When he off the court, how you gonna score?
Zachary Richachet is going to take a big step. You know, it's been year 2 for him. He's going to take a big leap, and there you go. That production that you haven't seen yet that's going to happen. Just pencil him in for. That's going to take up the scoring slack when the second unit's in there. Your draft pick from last year 2 of Zachary is coming.
So he's our point guard, Jenny. He's a 2 or 3 or 4. So you gonna run the court up there with Kobe Buffkin and beat Krejci and Keaton Wallace and say for 10 minutes, 12 minutes a night, that's what we're gonna do? Great. What if he gets hurt? Then what? I'm just saying the propagandists out here are just like, are we thinking about basketball? Are we as happy that people are making moves, or are we talking about real matchups? That's my thing, Vinny and TB, about what people said about this team I have in my head. I'm like, what are we doing? You know, because I always have a question too. Who are the Hawks beating in a first round series? Who are they beating? Real talk. It ain't Cleveland, it ain't Orlando, it ain't New York, it ain't Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, they ain't beating Philadelphia.
If they healthy,
yeah.
You know,
that's always a big if with Philadelphia.
It is a big if, and what if Detroit comes together at the 5th seed? So I'm just saying, like, when we have these propaganda announcements, are we looking at the basketball, or are we just celebrating transactions because they look and sound good? That's my thing, Vinny and TB. A lot of these moves people are making, are we looking at basketball reasons? Yeah. David Stern once said, or are we looking because we just like the move because it sound good? And it's like, oh, it's a great move for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean I think that's part of it is they doing something. Well, you know, you can run or you can run in place. They both running, but one's gonna get you someplace and one's not gonna get you someplace.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm Mr. Realist, bro. I'm Mr. Realist. I can make a show and give y'all real talk, and that's all I can give you. And who to say Milwaukee gets a Brogdon or Russell Westbrook run the point for them this 1 year with keeping Portis, going with Miles Turner, who I don't really like as a player. His daddy is cool as heck. Daddy is a good dude. But his son he got exposed against the Knicks and the Thunder. He got exposed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying to myself, at best, the Hawks are 7th. And that's me being honest. If you got Detroit, Milwaukee, Orlando, Philadelphia, Cleveland, and New York in full strength, the Hawks are number 7. This top 4 jazz just, you know what I'm saying? Overzealous propaganda to prop something up. It's like, I mean, did we pay for? Did somebody pay for PR to get this going? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Vinny and TB in mid-April, as always, I'll be going to the island.
Yeah.
Hey, Miami got better too, Vinny and TB with Norman Powell.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know Miami has the Hawks number. Let's be real.
What about Michelle's Bucks? She spends part of her time in Milwaukee. How are her Bucks gonna be?
Hey, Michelle, if Giannis don't ask for a trade, y'all should be in the top 6. Especially if you get Westbrook or Malcolm Brogdon. Chris Paul's probably going to the Clippers, along with Bradley Beal, former Kentucky Wildcat, I think. Is that right?
No, Florida Gator.
Florida Gator. Okay, I figured he was one of them SEC schools. But okay, so yeah, your Bucks should be in the top 6, Michelle. It should be. You have Giannis Antetokounmpo and Vinny and TB. I saw a propaganda article saying that the Hawks should trade for Giannis using Zachary Ricochet, who you brought up, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, or Nickeil Alexander-Walker for Giannis 2 first-round picks. Okay, once again, Giannis and the R&B singer ain't gonna work out. The name him didn't work out. I'm just saying.
Saying the chemistry wouldn't be proper with that.
He ain't gonna take a backseat to nobody else. Come on, bro. You know how they just do it operate.
Not even for a Giannis?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
He's the star of Atlanta, and he ain't taking the backseat to no Giannis. But I heard there was one of the articles from these little propagandists who write articles. How about we do Jalen Johnson and Onyeka Okongwu or Nickeil Alexander-Walker with Zachary Ricochet for Giannis? Huh? Ball dominant guard with ball dominant forward. It didn't work with Damian Lillard. Where's he best at doing? Pick and rolls. What Giannis don't really like doing? Pick and rolls. I'm like, once again, basketball reasons. This is not 2K. This ain't clickbait basketball. I live in the reality of basketball. I don't live in clickbait world.
Well, I think that's how people, when they talk about this stuff, and they've been doing it for years. Yeah, stuff might work on the video game, but you still have people, right? Like you still have to find pieces that fit. And I think that's part of the problem with some of this stuff is, well, yeah, you can just trade. Like, it doesn't work like that, right? Like, roster construction isn't give me a shooting guard. I'll take a power. No, you got to. These people have to play and work together, and it's not as easy as we make it out to be. Well, he just needs to sacrifice. No, I mean, if he's the MVP, why has he got to like? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just plug and play.
And it's also matchups to TB in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's matchup. That's why I keep saying to people, who are the Hawks beating 7 games? I'm just being honest. Who are they beating 7 games? We're legit right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a top 4 seed. That's why I tell every Hawk fan who comes to me with this propaganda fire. I'm like, okay, pause. Who are they beating in the first round? Tell me that. When you tell me that, then I'll listen to you. You know what I mean?
Are they still on that high of that run a couple years ago?
Yes! The worst run in history. The most fakest run in history. It sets the franchise back. The whole delusion of grandeur run, yes, that garbage. The luckiest stuff I've seen in my life. I knew it was going to set that franchise back. I knew it was going to do that.
Cut into your vacation too. You had to work wrong.
He ruined it terribly, Vinny. Every game I was angry, Vinny. TB, you know I was every time. You know what I mean?
What about what you think with Boston? What you got with because they?
I will get there too. That's April talk. Before Vinny. Anytime I work past mid-April, I'm angry, Vinny, okay? It goes past that last Friday in mid-April, I'm mad. I'm ticked off because I should be in somebody's island.
You hit him with the let's wrap it up.
Hey, can we get this done in 4 games, please? Can we get the 4? Hey, Oh, you know when Boston made it go 6 games out of 23, how angry I was? Mm-hmm. You're messing with my vacation, Boston. Wrap this, up. You know what I mean? but speaking of Boston, Vinny and TB, what came to rear its ugly head again to make them do what they did? What was it, guys?
Apron. You told us that 2-3 years ago, and now it's everywhere.
Yeah. The second apron made them sell off Porzingis to Atlanta for nothing. Take back Anthony Simons for Drew Holiday. They're still over the apron by $300,000. They'll duck the apron eventually. They couldn't bring Al Horford or Luke Cornett. So look for Sam Hauser to be used to get below the second apron. They may attack on somebody else to get beneath the tax even. Look for that at the deadline, because remember, I told you all, you can trade people into people's exceptions now. So if a team who has a level exception still, the 14.1 version of it, they can take in a Sam Hauser for $10 million and get them on the second apron. Right there. Salary dump at the deadline in February. So also, for agents who have signed contracts can be traded on December 15th. So NBA trade season for real is December 15th to February the 8th or 6th, whatever day it is, and the deadline is this year. So remember that. So teams over the second apron right now, New York, Cleveland, Boston, all them people, they can get below at the deadline if they wanted to. But also remember this. The first apron's a problem too, and the luxury tax. So look for deals. But for agents who would sign the contracts, they can be traded again December 15th. So if it's not working out for somebody, they can get rid of them starting December 15th. That's when all the rumors start, as you all know.
Is everybody everybody looking at these aprons and trying to duck and maneuver? Or is there anybody out there just YOLO, ain't worried about nothing? Then just,
even Phoenix is going to try to duck the apron by cutting Bradley Beal. Like, look, the only team that can beat the apron is OKC. They're about doing draft picks.
How long are they set up? Well, how long are they in good position? How long is this going to last for them?
Well, they got one more year till the apron kicks in next year. But they gonna max out Jalen Williams too. But they got all these draft picks, so like Lou Dort. We'll sell him off to somebody into cap space, or Casey Wallace take his place. You know what I'm saying? We'll Hardenstein with the Kraken's option and go with Sorber now and Jalen Williams from Arkansas. So they have enough depth on the roster to replace these older players who make the apron be a problem. So all these draft picks they have in position to just draft young dudes and replace. How you do in the NFL? You use your 4 years up, maybe resign, maybe not, get rid of you and replace you with somebody else. So the Thunder right now is the only team I see is set up to beat Baldy's apron system. Thanks to idiot McCollum, who got traded because of his own little petty rules. The best thing ever, and I text that fool with glee. Sent him a long message with a lot of thoughts that I had for his butt. And I enjoyed it.
I mean, you like I said, you called this a long time ago and said this was going to be a thing, and yea, verily, it has come to pass.
Yes. Is it almost like an oxymoron though when you said an older player on the Thunder? Like their older players are like 24, right? Like if you old on OKC, you like 24 or 25. That's like an old head. That's an old head for OKC.
Yes, like Lou Dort. Yeah, he old head. Caruso old head. Hardenstein an old head.
Yeah. Because they so deep and so young, man.
And they got a little player called Topic coming up this year. Nikola Topic gonna be on the rock when we play this year. Dude can play. So, like I said, OKC is set up to beat the apron. So Baldy will be upset about that. Like he was about the finals too.
We might have a dynasty in the apron era. That's what.
Yeah, which Baldy don't want, which I want to happen.
Oh yeah.
Let's go Thunder. Ruin Baldy's little stupid idea. Because I hate all of his ideas. All of them, Baldy. Hey, Benny, When I see Baldy, I'm gonna call him and tell him, I'm gonna say, hey, doing Baldy? Y'all is a terrible Baldy as usual.
Y'all cross paths a lot, right? You see all these people on a regular basis, and you see McCullum, you see Commish, you see it. Have you ever thought about getting in the front office? Because you know how all this stuff works. You ever thought about that?
I have, but Vinny, people don't want me there because I'm too real. I've asked to be interned in the front offices of certain people. Well, no, you too real. So I'd be like, we trade his blanket. He ain't good no more. I'll tell the agent, hey, look, bro, your client, he declining. So we gonna trade him to Siberia, Portland, or something like that. Or the Wizards. He got dust the apron because your sorry players contract down, and it's now bad. Thanks to C. McCollum, who don't know what the heck he's doing. So yeah. I'll see Baldy. I'll see Dumb McCollum out here. And I'll tell them both how I feel about it. And then I'll see them at the hotel, like I always do.
Yeah.
Why do you call me Baldy? I'm the commissioner. But you ain't you bald-headed? You're Baldy.
Like your boy Baldinger, for TV.
Yeah.
All them NFLs.
Yeah. Baldy's breakdowns. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, but I respect Bobby Marks a lot. I really do. But he carries too much water for the NBA with the CBA, man. It's terrible. It's horrible. Think about the deals you saw. There wasn't that many. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And teams were holding back money because now in this apron era, guys, as I've told you before, every dollar counts. You just can't give money away.
Yeah.
Like giving Desmond Bain all the money the Grizzlies gave him. Giving Franz Wagner a max contract. Yeah. Giving Scotty Barnes a max contract. What are we doing? That's gonna come back and bite you, Toronto. Orlando now.
Yeah.
Now I'm cool with Van Carroll getting the max. But Franz Wagner, what? Huh? Really?
Is that this generation of John Concack?
Might be. John Concack, Atlanta Hawks, Orlando Magic.
John Concack catching strays.
I mean, I'm still a bitter Hawks fan in my core. That's and that
I feel you, Vinny.
That was leading up to the Neek trade and all that, and that was he didn't have any help, but they gave John contract a big deal,
bro, like crazy, and it's crazy. Where's diabolical giving John Concack that kind of money? He wasn't worth a quarter.
Was it 4 years, 13 million? It was something.
Yeah, something like that.
For back then, it was like, oh my.
Yeah, like who this dude? He ain't that dang good. But
did he have more fouls? He had more fouls than points. It was pretty much.
Yeah, something like that. Like bro, like who's giving Rashawn Holmes $13 million? The Wizards did. You know what I'm saying? Like so many deals. Like what are we doing? Duncan Robinson. You get that Maine $16 million? Detroit? I mean, the same. But my man THJ had to sign for the minimum in Denver, though. Like, we don't resign THJ, we go with Duncan Robinson. But, some of these moves don't make no sense. They don't.
What, Porter's in what? Is Porter with Washington now?
No, Brooklyn.
Oh,
Denver salary dumped him to the Nets in the chair cap space. I would call him the name we all call him in the NBA, but out of respect for your listen, I won't use that word on your show, on your good show. I'll say y'all offline with what we call him in the NBA. But our good respect for y'all great good show here, guys. I won't say that out loud.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but yeah, he the Nets now. Who drafted? They actually drafted 5 people, guys, on draft night.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are good, really.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So where you see Denver at? I mean, how much does that impact them moving him?
Man, he wasn't. He was injured. He wasn't what he was. You still got Jokic, Murray, Gordon. Then you got THJ. You got Bruce Brown back. Jonas Valanciunas, who wanted to go to Europe and play, and he can't play. He got a contract with the NBA. He ain't getting out of that contract. So Denver now has more playable guys now. They was pretty much playing 7 guys. They was playing the starters in Westbrook. And it's OKC. Remember that? So at least they got some really good bench players this time.
Yes.
And they ducked what? The second apron now on first apron now by getting rid of Porter. See, that was an apron move right there, guys. Because in the OC bay, would have kept it. But in the apron world, you must dump him thanks to McCollum and Baldy.
Yeah.
They always mess stuff up, don't they, Benny and TB? They just terrible. There's somebody else I know always messing something up. I won't go there. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
So this is just the NBA as we know it going forward. There's no going back. There's no tweaking, no adjusting, no.
Benny, TB, the opt-out is after 29 season. So after the 2029 season, you can opt out of this horrible CBA. But I don't see it going away. Baldy ain't giving up his little aprons. I don't know what they're going to do. Because once you give it up, it's gone.
This is a good question from Michelle, too. Your opinion, is Memphis the least attractive place for players?
That's the Stephen A. propaganda right there. It's a great place to play it. You don't want to play in OKC or Utah. Because I hate being in Utah. I'm there a day. So no. And it also, Memphis is no income tax. That's attractive to players. So it's funny we bring this up because a lot of players take deals based on the income taxes too. Same thing you got to offer from the Knicks versus the Miami Heat. You're going to get more money in Miami if it's a little bit less because of the income taxes. So that's a part of the equation too, Michelle, listen out here. That's part of the equation too, is the income taxes as well.
Well, wasn't that a problem that Toronto was running into with some of the Canadian taxes? I think I remember.
Yes, you're taxed twice there. Yes,
They were asking for this is years ago, asking to raise what they could pay to offset the international taxes and stuff as well.
Yes, because you're taxed twice in Canada as an American player. You're taxed twice there. You have to pay Canadian, then you got to pay the U.S. taxes.
Yeah.
So, and for the Raptors, you lose the money. So, yes, agents negotiate more with Toronto to get because of the tax situation. And NBA players are taxed on a game-by-game basis. What I mean by that is you're taxed by they're independent contractors. So you're taxed where you play at. So in Georgia, income tax is 8%.
Okay.
So when the Hawks play in Memphis, they get a tax break. They don't get a tax in Memphis. When they play in Orlando, Miami for 4 games, tax break. Texas teams, tax break.
Wow.
Portland, tax break. So all that matters. When Vegas comes to be an NBA team, in Washington, tax breaks. They don't income tax there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you these contracts, do know there's negotiation going on behind the scenes about where the location is, and the income taxes to give me more because of this. That's going on in negotiations. Yes, it is.
And Utah's just been probably number one on the least attractive list for a long time. And Vernon Maxwell. We had Bernie Bickerstaff on, and he from my hometown. I think he kind of took the high road, but he from a little place like I am too. And he was like, Utah. He didn't really go in on it. But
everything closed at 9, Benny, in Utah. Close at 9 o'clock. Then I got to deal with stuff I don't want to deal with. Like I'm seeing horses on the road and stuff. Like, what's a horse? I don't understand this. I don't get that. Why are the police on horseback, Benny and TB? Are we in the Wild Wild West? I guess we are. What are we doing? I'm from the city, Vinny. I don't know nothing about that TV, Vinny. I'm like, what's that? You know, what are we doing? So no, there's no clubs there, nothing to do. You play basketball and you go with your townhouse, your apartment. And I'll be like, thank God we were there for a day. You know,
So
like
at Hawks Jazz Finals, that's what you want in the middle of June.
oh no, oh no.
That's what you want in the middle of June.
That's no. That only gives me 3 months off from Chico. Oh no.
Game 7 in Salt Lake City, Hawks Jazz. That's
the angriest black man in America
on June the 16th or whatever.
June 22nd or 23rd, I'll be angry. I'll be the angriest brother in America. You'll see the steam coming from my head every day.
I see you on press row on TV. Just heated.
I'll be in the worst whatever. What up, JR? Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Salt Lake City radio be trying to get you to come on, and you ain't doing it. You ain't, you know.
Hey, look, I don't want to talk to you, but I want to see you right now. Yeah. What are your thoughts? I don't want to be here. That's my thoughts. I want to be in the Caribbean somewhere. That's my thoughts.
Oh man. We all can agree on that, Michelle, for sure. The Memphis barbecue.
Yes. Memphis on Beale Street, because the hotels in Memphis, Michelle, for the NBA are right around Beale Street. You can walk to them. So the only thing I won't eat is Gus's fried chicken. That runs right through me.
Oh.
Tears me up. I'll be like, oh.
Wow.
I can't do Gus's. I can do BB Kings. I can do Hard Rock. I can do Jerry King Lawler, Cutler went to 2. The Rendezvous, you know, that's a little bit too. The Rendezvous be a little bit too much going on with the Rendezvous. But I can deal with on a one-off. You know what I'm saying? Or I go to Huey's over there, downtown over there. So like the Peabody, the Weston, the Hyatt Century, all that's right there where the NBA team stay at, one of them 3 hotels in Memphis.
That's all right. All this knowledge every time you come on, man. Every single time.
And Vinny and TB and Michelle and listen out there, there's groupies in every hotel we're waiting on the players. They know.
Oh yeah, they gotta know.
Yeah. They know. and outside many autograph as a player too, by the way. Yeah, I play. I sure did. You had a great game. I thank you. Appreciate you. Give my autograph. JRB. That's my autograph.
That's like TB. They thought you was what? Was it Joe Brown? The which coach they thought you were? They thought you were covering the game. Didn't they think you were a coach? They thought you were.
Oh yeah, because I
was Mike Anderson or something.
I would wear a suit to the game so they didn't know, people didn't know who I was. So yeah, they treated me nice. You know, you put on a little suit, you know, and walk around with your phone like this.
Hey,
that's stuff.
Post COVID, I don't want suits no more. Post COVID, it's always slacks, quarter zips, or a polo now. Post COVID, pre COVID, I had to wear a suit. Post COVID, slacks, quarter zip, or a polo now. That's one thing about COVID is that the dress code got relaxed.
Yeah, changed a lot.
One thing about COVID.
Whole lot changed for sure.
Vinny, what's your thoughts on your Rockets, man? Are you happy with your Rockets, Vinny?
I'm hopeful. I wish KD was 33. That's what I wish. 37 scares me a little bit. That's what. And you know, he got some miles on him, and he already had an Achilles a couple years ago. So if he was 33, I feel a lot better. That's because, you know, I was cool with giving Jalen Green one more year to see if he could get it together, but I guess they wouldn't because, you know, he'll score 30 one night, he'll score 7 the next, and he just kind of all over the place. So if KD was 33, I'd be real cool. But that 37, I'm kind of like, now we gonna get him now, and then he'll start to kind of maybe break down. That's my only fear.
Well, I got y'all number 2 in the West right now.
Just like last year.
Clippers behind y'all.
Ooh.
In Denver, number 4.
Mm.
So that's in Minnesota. They're gonna get rid of Rudy Gobert eventually. You don't pay Nas Reed 5 years, 125 to keep Rudy Gobert. Because as guys, what's gonna come into play real quick?
Apron.
So guess what? You got to get rid of him. And there'll be a lot of cap spaces this next summer, by the way.
Wow.
So salary dumping is coming real soon to a team near you. So I want to throw it out there to you guys as well. Like, I'm just telling you, man, it's talking to agents and players, man. Negotiating was hard, man. The team's trying to preserve cap space for next summer and summer after the fact. And the thing about it is the cap is not growing the way it's supposed to grow.
Yeah, I saw something about that. That the long-term projections ain't matching up the way it should.
It's not. So, it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, man. It really is, and it's really sad to say, but it's going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, man. Like, interesting, and like Kyrie Irving will be back next year. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned Achilles. I'm going to hit that point with Achilles. Halliburton shouldn't even went out there, brother. There are people in the organization who told me they feared this was going to happen. People on Pacers told me this. They feared that this was going to happen to this dude. Because a calf injury is connected to what? Your Achilles.
Yeah.
And the calf strain, when it goes, can make your Achilles be weaker too. And now they lost him for the whole year. Then Miles Turner was tired of them lowballing him all them years. They give him a chance to match.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to pay the tax either.
Right.
They want that $18 million being coming on August the 1st.
Where you got the Lakers? You mentioned 5-6 teams in the West, and I didn't hear you say them. I'm just curious.
What did Usher say, TB? They reached their climax.
I'm fine with, like, look, I'm not fine with it, but I don't know what they're doing, and I've been on the record for that. So,
hey, look, Rob Pelinka gonna get fired eventually. that doctor gonna fire that dude. He ain't doing nothing.
That is correct. That is correct.
You go out and sign Jake LaRavia? Huh?
Yes.
What? DeAndre Ayton off of what?
TB been done with this man. TB been over Rob.
DeAndre Ayton, that dude, I'm sure he's a nice person, and I don't like to say that players quit, but that dude does not look interested in the outcome of a ball game. And I just think that's a pretty important piece. If you're an NBA player, you should care about whether or not your team wins or loses. And it doesn't seem to bother him either way. That's my only takeaway from that dude.
TB, he's a front runner like somebody else I know. Who's a front runner, an R&B singer. He's a front runner. That's what he is. Who plays in an invitational every year and around mid-April. That's all I'm saying.
But I've been on the record about DeAndre Ayton since I saw him in Arizona. Vinny, we can go to the tape. I'm just like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
here he is.
He's on your team as a front runner. That's all he is. Well, let me be honest. TV. Let me be honest with you. LaFlop is a front runner too, and so is Luka. It's a team of front runners. Now, why I want you to be successful is because of one man, and you know who that man is, TV, on your staff. Damian Millen.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I want to be successful, because Coach Nate got a raw deal because of a certain R&B singer. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? So Coach Nate's my guy.
Oh wow.
So he's one of J.J. Redick's associate head coaches. So that's why I want the Lakers to do decently, so they don't get fired and he can keep a job. Because I love Coach David Miller. He was great to me.
Would you rather have Andrew Bynum or DeAndre Ayton, TB?
Wow. I mean,
That's bad and worse, Vinny. That's bad and worse. Shoot him in the head, shoot him in the heart.
Yeah, that's that. Well, all this stuff coming out about the Lakers and just how poorly they've been run the last 20 years. I'm surprised we've done anything, to be honest with you.
You just have the more talent than everybody. Yeah, more talent. And you know what, TB, what's going to hurt teams like the Knicks and Lakers and Celtics is the apron again, because you can't retain your talent, really.
Yeah.
They got to get spread out around the league because for Baldy's parody, he wants parody with his bald-headed self. So.
And my thing, and Vinny and I have talked about this, and we might have talked about it when you were on last time. Like, that's not the NBA's get down.
No.
Like, the NBA for 80 years has been, hey, you got to beat the Celtics, you got to beat the Lakers, you got to beat the Warriors, you got I don't got to beat the Bulls. Don't let me leave those folks out. But this isn't what basketball is. Like, there's always been the team you have to beat, and now every year it's like we rolling the dice.
Mm-hmm. And like, let's be realistic. We know who's gonna probably win the finals. OKC again already. It's gonna be the Knicks, Cleveland, Orlando, or Philadelphia, or somebody like that, playing OKC, Denver, the Clippers, or Rockets. We know. So even with Baldy's parity he has, based on roster construction, we kind of know who's playing for what next year. It's really 8 teams legitimately playing for the title next year. 18.
That's true.
Let's be real. But guys need to give you something to tune in to hate or hate watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tune in to somebody to like it or hate it. You need that contrast to keep the convo going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody cared about this series. Nobody really cared about it. Let's go Indiana, OKC. You didn't care about this. And the ratings proved it out. I only say the ratings was Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So I just feel like Baldy wants to mimic the NFL. Not down the NFL, Baldy. It's not.
The same.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you have to do what makes you popular, not try to do something else. Like, the NFL really is plug and play. Like, we all gonna watch the Super Bowl, and it doesn't matter who's in it, right? We all gonna watch Super Bowl. But the NBA is more matchup dependent, I would say, than even baseball, right?
I mean, I watch the finals every year, but everybody don't. And like you just said, the ratings show that. I mean, I'm always gonna watch, but
basketball's like that. Like the NCAA is trying to this whole thing of the underdog and Cinderella. Ain't nobody watching. Like, what was that Final Four a couple years ago? San Diego State, FAU, whatever. Like, everybody talks about, oh, I want to see Cinderella. No, you don't. You want to see Duke and Kentucky and North Carolina. Like, people say they want that, but they don't. They don't want that at all. You know what I mean? So they want this parity, but I'm just worried that the NBA is going to lose what made it special.
It already has. Trust me. Look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I talk to the older league personnel, they talk about they miss David Stern. Like, real talk. Like, old dudes in their 50s and up will tell you they miss David Stern.
Yeah, I mean, for all his faults, he felt like he was always in control.
Oh yeah.
Like, and the stuff that I get from Baldy, as you say, is, he seems more reactionary than this is what we're going to do. Like, fans on Twitter should not have bullied the NBA to put the stuff on the court. Like, that shouldn't have happened. Like, Stern wouldn't have had that, right? That's where we are at this point. Like, we shouldn't be able to bully the league to do anything. And we wouldn't with David Stern, right? Because David Stern's like, we're going to have this dress code. And there were a lot of think pieces and all this kind of stuff. And David Stern said, okay, cool, but we got this dress code. Like, that's just the way he operated. So I don't know. And I love the NBA, but yeah.
TB, let me tell you something, TB. David's why we have an in-season season tournament? Why we have that for? We don't need these. We don't need nobody cares about the NBA Cup. It's not a real title. But he wants you to hang the banner up. Like, why, Baldy?
See, and that's what I told Vinny, because everybody had jokes for the Lakers. I'm like, when they won that first one, and I'm like, why do y'all think Lakers fans are going to be puffing our chest out for this thing? But they had to put it up because the NBA wanted it to mean something, right? And you can't have the team that wins it put it in the trash can or not do nothing with it. Like I will take Lakers slander because I get it. But why would we put that up there when we got 17? Like the math ain't math.
It ain't even a title. It's just you won the NBA Cup. Baldy because Baldy loves European soccer. That's Baldy. He loves UEFA soccer. That's where we got it from.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
We just don't we don't click with that. We don't comprehend that. We ain't gravitated to that. It don't appeal to us.
Little dudes out of college involved him. We got little dudes from Harvard and Cornell and Yale and Dartmouth and these grand ideas. His dope ball head itself. That sounds good to me. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. You know what? What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Like, what are we doing? They want to do this year versus the world thing in the All-Star game. I'm like, bro, they ain't gonna work either, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, just he just lets people get in his head. You know what I'm saying? Like David Stern, Stephen A. Clown. I'm gonna call him Clown. Not the word we're gonna call him Stephen A. Clown. That's another word I call him. But David Stern will call him and say, "No, y'all don't cover the game the right way. You ain't gonna bash your product every day on your flagship shows." Yeah. And remember with David Stern, TNT wasn't wild as they were on that post game show. They would do some stuff, but it would be within a certain range. It didn't turn to pure hate until Baldy took over. He ain't gonna call nobody. But Roger Goodell, he called ESPN, NBC, ESPN, and gets on people and say, get them in line.
Well,
Baldy don't do that.
Because the conversation around basketball, NBA and WNBA, it's about everything but the basketball. Yes. Like most of the stuff I see on ESPN outside of Stephen A. and that stuff is we preparing picks for next year. But like during the season, like talk about what's going on the court. But they didn't even talk about OKC to almost May. Like as we were geared up for the playoffs, oh yeah, OKC's winning, 60 games or whatever they won. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at what Cleveland's doing. Like, because as a Laker fan, I'm like, stop talking about the Lakers. They're not going to do nothing. Talk about something else. Yeah. Because I'm getting mad. But it's
and as a Cowboys fan, I'm like, quit talking about the Cowboys.
Like, right. Let's wrap this up. Yeah. But the way that basketball is talked about is just, it's about future picks. It's about
fake trades. That stupid garbage.
It's about everything except the product on the court. And so that drives what fans talk about. I mean, y'all see it on social media. It's nothing about the games. And we have stupid debates. Where does this team rank over the last 7? Who cares? Like, for real. There's always a champion that wins that you can point to. Well, if this had happened, they wouldn't have won. Like, that always happens. Like, what are we doing?
It's lazy radio and TV is what it is.
It is like,
and I don't watch that. Vinny and TB, I don't watch them on ESPN but the games. I watch them on mute because I hate the analysts.
I don't watch anything but ESPN. And then some people like, well, y'all watching Stephen A. Stephen A. is getting 400,000 people on his show, which good for him. But there's more than 400,000 NBA fans. What about serving us that don't want none of that?
Yeah.
Hey, look. When Stuart Scott and them all, he passed away, the old ESPN was better. This new ESPN is like, it's unwatchable. It's like the WWE of sports almost. And I got my take, you got your take, let's debate, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to watch that garbage because this is why I say TB and Vinny. A lot of stuff they say are lies.
Yeah.
Because I know the truth. I'm in the league. I know the truth. So I can't watch someone I know they lying.
Yeah.
Well, I know the facts, and you don't know how XYZ went down. You're just saying stuff.
or having somebody like a Tim Legler break down the action that OKC runs to get SGA open, right? Like, where do we go to get that? If on the NFL shows, they break down coverages and stuff like give me something to help me out.
That's Baldy, TB. If Baldy had a backbone to call his media partner, like Goodell does, that wouldn't be his problem. It goes back to that skinny, tall, bald dude who's a commissioner. Who has no backbone, listen to idiots from the Ivy League who don't know what the hell they're doing. It's his fault, guys. As always. The aprons, the CBA, the ratings, the patches on the court, the superimposed stuff, the graphics. Look, when anybody goes wrong, you blame that Baldy. You blame that guy from Manhattan. Baldy.
Now, are you looking for?
I call him that name.
You looking forward to NBC getting back in the coverage? Because I always thought, you always think that stuff when you're younger is bigger. Like, do you ever have a store that you went to as a kid? You're like, oh, this was awesome, and you go back.
Sports seasons.
And then you go back and you're like, this is what I got excited about. But NBC used to give you intros. They used to make it feel like
NBA
finals
Showtime, triple headers
was something. Like that guy would come on, Dominique Wilkins for the Atlantic Hawks is going into Cleveland. Like, and you would get a thing.
Yes.
But now it's just, I don't want to listen to Stephen A. scream at me before the games or at halftime.
Yeah, like I'm going to see how that coverage is going to go with Amazon and NBC. Like, now, personally, I'm not a Mike Tirico fan, personally, because I know how he really is behind the scenes. So I'm not a fan of him. Well, I know about him behind the scenes. But Noah Eagle, to me, tries too hard to be cool and hip. So that don't really ring. But I would love the song, because I love that song, the round ball right in the intro.
Yeah.
But I probably watched them on mute too, because I don't want to listen to the announcers. I'll give Amazon now. Look, know how I listen to no matter what. It's Stan Van Gundy or Hubie Brown. He was not retired, but they actually teach you.
And exactly. Hubie, there was always something he would throw out, and you'd be
the paint area.
But just like, now watch this action on the short corner. I'd be like, you know what? I'm okay. Thank you. Like, give me some of that. You
always say, pay attention to the action on the backside.
Yes. Yeah.
Watch what they're doing on the backside.
And I think that gets lost with some of these color guys. They want to have cute phrases. They want to whatever. But whatever you think about John Madden, when he got that telestrator out, he was showing you, watch what the left guard does. Okay, I've never watched the left guard. Okay, now I'm watching, and now you have enhanced my viewing experience. But you don't get that anymore.
And remember the original guy? The Czar Mike Fratello back in the 90s.
Mike Fratello, yes.
Former Atlanta Hawk head coach, the Czar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Former Grizzly head coach.
He had that perm. Back in the 80s when it was.
And the Czar interpreter, Mike Fratello. The Czar.
Yeah, his little curl. Mike had his little curl working.
Yeah, that going, man.
Hey, look. He worked for two teams, guys. Still. He does TV for the Clippers and the Cavaliers.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, the Czar is a cool dude. Jeff Van Gundy was great at being analyst.
Yeah.
Stan Van Gundy was good at it. You know what I'm saying? Doug Collins was good at it.
Yeah.
Even Bill Walton, Steve Jones, and Greg Upper was good. The NBC B team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Napper.
But I miss the NBC triple headers on Sunday. I miss those.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 8 a.m. go to church, and come back home, watch the NBC all day after the NBA Showtime comes on. And the inside stuff, then the NBA Showtime, then the triple headers gonna start at 12:30.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you have you already have the Laker game come on at 5:30. Playing somebody.
Boy, good time. Sure enough. Well, man, hopefully Summer League flies by for you. You can be right back on your vacation flow till September.
Vinny, the flight to Atlanta on the 17th of July will be great.
There you go. All right.
Then I will be flying to an island on the 24th.
There you go, man.
So I can say it, Benny and TB, this is time and a half.
There you go. There you go.
You're making the best of it. We see you, man. We see you as always. So we appreciate you. Like,
No doubt, right?
Giving your time to us and the insights we even got, man. It's always fun having you on, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same hotel they taped Cam and May show in. I'm in the same hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. They have a whole Sirius XM studio downstairs.
Oh, wow. All right.
That's what Cam and May taped their is what it is at down here. The hotel I'm at. So, yeah.
All right now.
So, yeah, I'm out here in Vegas. It's Benny and TB. It's in the hundreds. It's hot as can be. But it's all good. I got my Scully though. So that's how gangster I am. Scully head. I don't care. I'm gangster. Because you see, guys, before you go, I have my all-season 4 right now. Okay. And so I don't need. Yeah. So you know, so cover it up. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And the heat going. You know, I'm half Jamaican, so the heat gonna mess my hair.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, man, get on out of there and enjoy the week, and then get back to the island and just relax yourself for a few months, man. We got you.
Yeah, I got 2 months and 20 days to go, so I gotta go deal with an R&B singer.
All right.
Wait for me.
We appreciate you, man.
Hey, same here, brother. Y'all have a great time. I was good to come on here and play and chill with y'all, brother, and talk some mess.
We always appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, JR.
Yes,
sir. See y'all.
JR the Boss, man. NBA Insights, Apron Talk, free agents, all that good stuff. Man, we need to just quickly, I guess, give our projections for football. SEC Media Days are next week. I think Stoops talks next Thursday. So what do you think the record's gonna be?
I don't even know, man. Like, I don't want to be one of these gloom and doom people, because this is my thing, right? If you think that this is gonna be Stoops last year, okay. I just don't need to see people every time the football team does something. Because I've been muting a lot of people. Like, okay, you think the team is terrible, Stoops is mailing it in. I just don't need to see that every time the football team posts something. Like,
right.
Yeah. Like, however you feel that way. I'm not saying don't feel that way, but you know, for all the stuff, the wheels falling off. Every time I look, they signing somebody. They signed that kid from Cincinnati to play football and baseball.
Yeah.
From Cincinnati Moeller. Like, so I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it's gonna be tough. And so for me, it's more of an eye test. Is there, because we keep talking about there's games that we just don't look prepared for.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 games a year where it's like, what are we doing? We can't have that. Right. And then just being so up and down. You know, going to Ole Miss and winning, and then looking not competitive against Vanderbilt, and then really handling Texas for a big chunk of that game. Like, that was competitive. Like, so for me, it's more eye test. You know, would I take 6-5? I don't know if I'd take 6-5, but how does it look?
Yeah.
That's or 6-6, because they do 12 games now. Yeah, 6-6, right?
Yeah.
Always forget. You know, back in our day, I think you only got 10 or 11, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking 4 to 5 wins. Like, I'm gonna watch them all.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be negative Nancy. Like, all this. Like, okay, you don't think the team's gonna be very good? Fine. Like, we don't need to do this. This whole I'm so upset. Okay, you upset, but
I mean, it's hard to find a lot of good stuff. I mean, like, all this recruiting is great. That ain't gonna help us this year. You know, that's for next year. So, from the standpoint of had they mailed it in, well, apparently not, because they still out there doing work, because they wouldn't get these guys. But as far as there's a lot of stuff that you're like you said, we don't look prepared. undisciplined. All the penalties. Like the old Raiders used to be every year. The Raiders are the most penalized team in the NFL. We would hear that every year for the Al Davis era when we was coming up. The Raiders, they was always just wild out there.
But they were competitive with it. That was a thing. Like, that's the thing is that if you're going to lead the NFL or whatever in penalties, you got to win.
Yeah.
That's part of it. And I think back to those Miami Hurricane teams.
Yeah.
You can give up 15-yard penalties when you're going 3 deep with NFL players in every position, right?
Yeah.
But if you're Kentucky, the margin's so thin, you can't give up yardage like that. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just, for me, it's more of an eye test. We shouldn't be year 13. Is that right? 13, 14?
I believe so, yeah.
And still having this stuff where we're trying to, we got to build a culture. Like, you are the culture at this point. Like, what are we doing to move off that? So I don't know. It could be 4, 5, 6 wins,
and because it's same schedule as last year, which is brutal. You got like Georgia, Tennessee, Texas in a row with a bye week thrown in there, so it's ridiculous. I'm with you as far as if you. Every time they post something, don't just spew how you feel, even if you feel that way, because but it's hard to, even if things go great, like everything clicks, maybe 6, 7, and 5, but maybe they prove us all wrong. I hope they prove me wrong, but it's just hard to see it going.
And I do too. Like I said, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch it. I always do, but we just can't have those moments where it's like, what do they know something about football we don't? Like, are they are they aware, the other team aware of some rules
that we're not aware of? They got some extra intel that we just never seem to have access to.
But and the thing is, playing the SEC, you can be better, but the record not reflect it.
That's it. That's what I think this year might be. I said it on Dick Gabriel, and then happened to be on Feinbaum the other day. Wednesday made the Feinbaum. I said it's kind of like you go to the doctor because you're not feeling well. You get some test run, and you already kind of know those test results are gonna be bad, and you just got that dread and that anxiety of, oh, these test results ain't gonna be good. That's kind of how I feel about this season. Probably ain't gonna be that great. If we get to 5 and 7 or something. That's kind of how this whole season feels. Now I hope they just go out and prove us all wrong and have great chemistry and culture and all the stuff that we fuss about. They fix it, but we just gotta have to wait and see.
Yeah. So that's where I am with football. I'm a wide, but I'm tempering expectations.
Yeah.
Because got to be like our neighbors. Yeah, Missouri. Yeah.
To the west.
Yeah. Neighbor Missouri. Show me at this point, because a lot of words would be like, just a lot of words for that.
Because what, two home SEC wins over the past 2 or 3 years? Vandy's won on our field twice. So they don't come to Lexington and punked up, South Carolina. So all the stuff that makes us be like you said, that's why we just hope they prove us wrong, but we gotta see. The show and prove. We gotta see it.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, man, stay warm. I mean, not stay warm. Stay cool. It's plenty warm.
Peak corn sweat season. So yes, it is very humid out here.
Absolutely. You got to go out there and we got music festival coming up on the horizon. You got to get ready for, and get ready to be outside for a whole evening and night. So
get my ibuprofen for that. But we
got to hydrate and dance.
That's right.
Yeah. Learn some new artists that you don't know, and hey, that's all coming. So enjoy this. We'll be back next week. Like I said, media days, summer league. We'll see, Jackson Robinson and some of these guys, Andrew Carr, and even a Thiero once was a Cat. He's gonna be there with your Lakers, so maybe he's what JJ Redick needs. That might be just and your big man in the middle, Delroy Lindo. You like that? Delroy Lindo is your Delroy Lindo's little twin son.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes because it's wild as all get out.
Oh man. Appreciate Michelle getting up in the comments.
Yeah.
Hope the knee replacement goes well. And happy 40th anniversary on Sunday to you and your better half, your other half. You're the better half, Michelle. You're the better half. But happy anniversary to y'all. And we do this every week on the BS3 Network. Go to Spotify if you listen. Give us the little 5 stars. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter and all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week. Go Cats and TB. We getting closer to the end of the little summer dad period where we have more stuff in a few weeks to be chopping it up about.
Absolutely. We're going to talk a little WNBA soon.
That's right.
The All-Star game looming.
That's right. So y'all stay tuned. Keep tuning in and we'll keep coming back because we enjoy it and we appreciate y'all. So till next week, another episode of Cats Talk Wednesday on the BS3 Network. I'll let y'all later.